Hey, I'm Paul, and I'm going to be predicting the English Premier League, hence the name, Paul's Premier Predictions. I'm clever. I'm the king of alliteration. Ooh, right, so I'm going to be predicting the Premier League fixtures over the next season. Now, today I'm going to be doing week 1, week 2 and 3 because I'm going to be away for the next couple of weeks. It's going to be an extra one really to start the series off. Now, plans for the future. I'd love people to come on, maybe fellow YouTubers, maybe some of you guys, and predict the fixtures with me. So we can have like a Mark Lawrenson style BBC Sport thing where we face off against each other, and in the following episode I say who won basically. That's possibly an idea, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, please hit that like button if you're looking forward to this series, and subscribe if you're new, that would be fantastic. So let's get on with week 1, which will be either here or here, I haven't decided yet. I'll put my predictions there for all the matches. Just point out some big games or some significant games or some random games that I have an interest in. I think Man United will draw against Tottenham because I think they'll have a bit of a slow start. They've made some good signings. Memphis, Schneiderlin in particular I think will do very well for them. And Spurs have sold a lot of players, so maybe you're thinking, how will Spurs get a draw? I just have a feeling that they'll manage to get a draw at Old Trafford, and United will have a bit of a slow start to the season. Okay, other games. Chelsea I think will defend their title this year. I think they will win the league. I'm not doing a whole massive prediction thing of where everyone will finish, but I do think Chelsea can win the league again. I think Arsenal will run them close this year. I think they'll be their biggest rivals. If Man City manage to sign De Bruyne though, I think that could be a game changer, so that could be interesting. Anyway, I think Chelsea will get off to a good start, beating Swansea 3-1, and I think Arsenal will probably, unfortunately, beat my team, West Ham, on the Sunday. And I think Liverpool will get revenge against Stoke. Stoke have made some incredible signings, look a really strong team, and probably nailed on for a top 10 finish. But I think Liverpool will, perhaps that's a bit of a surprise, them winning away from home against Stoke, but I think they can get revenge in that game. And I think Man City, despite the fact maybe they're a little bit weaker, and people consider them a little bit weaker now, I think they'll get a comfortable 3-0 away win against West Brom on the first day of the season, or their first day of the season anyway. So moving swiftly on to week 2, I'm just straight in there here, in and out with these predictions. I think Man United will, despite that first defeat of the season, I think they will get a win against Aston Villa. I like the look of the Villa team, some of the new players they've signed, but I think they will suffer to start with because of the loss of Delph and Benteke, and the new players coming into the team will need to be bedded in and get used to the team. I think Villa will survive. Some people predicted them to go down, but my predictions for the first 3 games of the season don't look good for Villa, but I think they will recover. I think Southampton versus Everton's an interesting one. Perhaps those sort of 2 teams battling out for 7th, 8th place, you could argue. I think Southampton will win at home. They're very good at home. And I think they'll win 2-1 against Everton. I think Watford West Brom, that is already a relegation battle match there going on. Watford I think will draw 1-1 with West Brom. I don't like the look of the West Brom team. It just looks weak to me, if I'm honest. West Brom fans won't want to hear that, won't like me saying that, but looking at it on paper, it just doesn't look as strong as other teams. Watford have made lots of signings, but they could either do a QPR or they will just about scrape survival, I think. They've got some good players coming into the team. Bayrami, ex-West Ham, will just fight it out till the very end in central midfield, and he really will. He doesn't even need to get used to playing with Watford. He can slot into any team and will give it his all, won't he? He's that sort of player. Other matches, I think Chelsea versus Man City, huge game on the second week of the Premier League. I think Chelsea will scrape a 1-0 win. I can see it being a low-scoring game, if I'm honest. These massive clashes, they can go either way. Sometimes you get the odd crazy result, don't you? But more often than not, they are low-scoring. And I think Bournemouth can get a surprise draw at Anfield against Liverpool. I assume that game's on the Sunday as well, maybe the Monday night, I don't know. It's the last one on that list anyway. I think Bournemouth, will surprise some people and get a good draw there. Max Gradle, fantastic signing by the way. So match day 3 or week 3 of the Premier League. These are the fixtures you can see there. Let's look at some of the interesting games going on. I think Arsenal versus Liverpool is obviously the biggest game there, you would say, that the one everyone's going to be looking forward to. But Man United Newcastle is always quite a good rivalry between those two teams, especially from the 90s when they were battling out at the top of the table. I think Newcastle can get a draw against Man United there, so a bit of a topsy-turvy start for Man United, couple draws and a win. I think for them in the first 3 games, they may prove me wrong. They may go and win all their 3 games, or they may struggle even more. They may lose a game in those first 3. But I think Newcastle, they've got some pretty good signings. Mitrovic, Football Manager legend up front, he's going to be a star. I think he will be a star anyway. Wijnaldum, don't know if I pronounced that right, but Dutch Player of the Year last year for PSV, was PSV captain. Still relatively young, but still and very good midfielder. Newcastle have made some good signings and could surprise people this year. I don't think they're going to struggle quite the same they did last year, but you never know with Newcastle, do you? I do think the likes of Sunderland, Norwich, Leicester, they're going to struggle this year. Bournemouth will struggle, Watford will struggle as well because they're newly promoted. I can't see any of them sort of easily surviving. I think it's going to be sort of a battle between those 3 teams, and I think Chelsea are going to comfortably beat West Brom away from home in this game. Man City, I think, will beat Man City away from home, and I think Watford will lose against Southampton, who I think will have another strong season. They've lost Schneiderlin. I think they will miss Schneiderlin, but I think they will play pretty well despite the fact they don't have him. I think Jay Rodriguez coming back is pretty much like a new signing up front for them because of the injury last year. I think he's going to have a good season. I think he's going to come back and score goals and maybe scrape into the England Euro 2016 team. And lastly, Arsenal versus Liverpool. I think Arsenal are going to be very strong this year. They look incredibly good on paper with all those players, and I think they will gel together nicely. They obviously beat Chelsea in the Community Shield. I think they're going to get off to a very good start to the season, and they'll win their third game in a row, beating Liverpool 3-2. It's going to be a good game though. I can see goals in that game. So on the screen you'll be able to see my table, the Premier League table after 3 games with all those predictions. It looks a bit, I don't know, I suppose Chelsea and Arsenal on top. I think they will be the top 2 this year unless Man City and Man United make more significant signings, and Aston Villa at the bottom after 3 games. I can see that happening, but I don't think they will go down. I will reiterate that before Villa fans have a go at me, but I think they'll struggle in the early stages of the season just to gel together. Once again, this is my opinion. It may be complete opposite, so don't hate on me for my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone's open to their own opinion. You can have an opinion in the comment section below. Your opinion may be that Man City get relegated. I think that'd be wrong, but it is an opinion, remember. Anyway, so I hope you like the idea of these Premier prediction videos. Like I said, perhaps I'll get people on to predict with me and we can have a sort of Mark Lawrenson style BBC Sport thing going on here, maybe. I don't know. If you like the idea of that, hit that like button please. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Like I said, I'm going to be away for the next couple of weeks, but I will be back with a match day week 4 prediction thing. So I hope you're looking forward to that. See you soon, guys.